Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR Career Mode. If you're not all nice and caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course welcome back to today's video. Spoilers inbound, so if you don't want spoilers, go check it out, go get yourself caught up. We are in the Prem, we're a couple of games in, and after the last episode, a mixed bag of results. A nice one in the Cup, and a not so nice loss in the league, followed by a nice win in the league, means that we currently sit in 10th place, 1 win, 1 loss, 3 goals scored, 3 goals against. And as I say, we did make it through against Fleetwood in the Cup. Now, obviously, we do have a little bit of money at our disposal. We do have a little bit of the old cash in the budget. But as I said in the last video, I'm probably not going to look to spend this money now, purely based on we've made quite a lot of purchases. You know, we spent what? £29 million on players. We've only made 8.3 back. Now, it was somewhat inevitable that we were going to spend more than we were going to make this season. That's kind of part and parcel of getting promoted and trying to build your squad so it's ready for the Prem. That's kind of inevitable. But what I don't want to do is go crazy overboard, spend every single penny that we have, and then end up realizing halfway through the season that a player doesn't quite play how we need them to or doesn't quite match up to what we're looking for. So I'm going to hold fire on signings. Thank you, Rob, for the very, very good suggestions in the comments on the last video. For now, I'm going to hold fire. Obviously, we can sign free agents through the season if we need to anyway, if absolute worst comes to worst. I'm fairly sure you can sign them at the transfer window. Pretty sure you can. Otherwise, we're going to try and save the signings now until January. The only exception to that will be if a player either leaves or one of the players we're looking to sell ends up going. That sort of vibe. So, you know, at the moment, obviously, we're looking to sell. I think Amati is maybe transfer listed. We're looking to sell Cook. I think that's maybe about it on the players we're actually actively looking to get rid of. And then everyone else can kind of just stay in and do their part in the squad is sort of the vibe, the thought process there. So I don't think this particular window we're going to make any more wheelings and dealings unless we absolutely have to. But I will keep players in mind for the January transfer window. If you guys name players down below, I'll have them scouted so that they're sort of ready to be potentially looked at for January. That's sort of the vibe. But today, we're just going to sort of jump back in and get ready to go ahead and go again in the league. We have got our first game up against West Ham. A couple more games in the pipeline for today's video as well. Obviously, for those who don't know, I try and do like 3 videos a game. So we've got our game against West Ham to finish off the month of August. Then we go into, go into September, and we have a huge home game against Man United and then a game against Southampton. Now, every game, as we know, is big in this Premier League, in this division. It's always huge. So I say a huge game against Man United. It's also going to be a huge game against Southampton. It's going to be a huge game against West Ham. That first game of the season shows that every team is a threat to us. Really interesting deal here, by the way. Kai Havertz there has gone to Dortmund for £70 million, 4-year deal. That's quite interesting. I find that a really interesting move. But we go in against West Ham with our starting 11. This is our go-to 11 for the season, with the only real sort of rotation options here being left back between Thomas and Powell, CDM between Field and Madsen because they're like of the same rating, and then obviously occasionally Dembele for Weah. Otherwise, it's kind of like this is our starting 11, and then we have sort of the squad around them, which I find a really interesting approach. I don't tend to normally get to make this kind of approach towards a season, but this is the starting team against West Ham, and they themselves have just made a signing. Zagrova, I think it is, from Lille, has joined them. So it's going to be an interesting one to see if he makes his way into the team at all today. Don't know whether he will or won't, but let's hope that regardless of who plays, we come away with 3 huge points. It needs to be big points today. I really, really hope and pray that it is. But we've just got to play well enough. At the end of the day, if we play well enough, points will come our way. We've got to, I think it's really important, we've got to get good home form. And hopefully we can start today's episode with a win. Come on, you Ars. Yes, Chair. A little bit of space in the middle of the park. Close down a little bit, but we're going to find Paredes behind him. Into Seller. Well read there by Zuma. I tried to play it through, not to Seller, but Chair decided Seller was the man to go to. Kudos. Oh, goes inside of Thomas here. I tried to mark the run outside. Great save there from Rushworth as Broby takes a strike. The Danishman has obviously joined the London outfit here. But yeah, that was a good bit of play. Kudos just turned inside between fullback and centre-back and could have caused us problems. But actually now, a bit of a chance here. Gray going to try and get this one in there to try and find Seller. Well met, though, by the defence. Well cleared. Koki Sato now inside here to Ilias. Ilias going to try and take it past Zuma. Does sort of. Gets it to Seller. Seller with the strike. Good defensive display there from the defender. Just to not really let that one go through to the keeper. Gives him one less thing to worry about. Sato again on the ball here. Going to cut inside. Lovely ball there to Seller. Seller, or up against Mavropanos. I kind of should have maybe took the strike. I tried to turn up and instead ran into Zuma. Not ideal, but Chair wins it but doesn't quite keep it. That's unfortunate. Oh, West Ham playing this really nicely here. Well done there, Jake Clark sort of stepping in. West Ham were knocking that about really kind of for the first time that they actually had an extended amount of possession. That's the first time I would say actually we've thrown away possession as well. We've been pretty good on the ball and they've not really offered much apart from probably the best two chances of the game in all honesty. But we have a chance here to bring it forward. We do there. Paredes and Field finding each other with a nice little 1-2. Paredes going to try and find Seller. Running again straight into Zuma. I need to try something a little bit different. At the moment, we're kind of really giving Seller slightly dodgy service here. But you know what? Sam Field's done really well there. Finds Seller. Seller with the strike straight at Areola. Not a great strike from us there. I probably should have aimed at that far post. But it was far too central and made it far too easy for him. Our first decent chance of the game, I'd say. Even though I think we've probably had the lion's share of possession. West Ham again through with another good attack. Kudus with the strike. Kudus makes it 1-0. I said we'd had more possession, but West Ham with limited possession have done more with the ball, it has to be said. And they do put themselves 1-0 up here as Kudus have always a threat out on that right-hand side. Takes it down the wing, cuts inside, finds a very nice finish there inside the post. Just inside that first half whistle as well. Good pass there through from Placater. And then it's a lovely finish to find the back of the net past the oncoming Rushworth. It's a good strike. Not too much you can do about it. He closed his angle as much as he could. Just a really, really good finish. Just like that. Right on the stroke of half-time. I imagine the rest probably going to blow his whistle almost immediately. He does. It's 1-0 to West Ham at the break. Disappointing. I think we've been a little bit unlucky. We've not really created enough with the possession we've had. And I'm not really sure what to do about it. We've had more of the ball. We've tried to knock it round nicely. And I think it's just that our chances have come against a back pairing that have been quite central, and instead of playing it round them, I've tried to play it through them, which isn't really going to work out for me. So Field is going to come off for Madsen just to add a little bit more creativity, I think, really, in the middle of the park there. We are already annoyingly tired. What do I really gain from bringing on Dembele? Stats-wise, sadly, not a whole chuffing lot. More skill moves could end up paying dividends. In fact, that's what we're going to do. Dembele on the right-hand side, Madsen on in the midfield. I think two quite creative DMs to try and maybe make those passes through a little bit quicker, just to find, you know, our forward sort of 3 or 4 ever so slightly quicker and more efficiently. Could be the play here. Hopefully Dembele gets involved on the right-hand side as well. The time will tell. Come on, you ours. Ball to Sato. Sato immediately finds Seller. Zan Seller up against the entire back line by himself here. Cuts inside. We see Chair slowly joining him. Chair over the top here to Dembele. Dembele takes it down, brings it inside on that left foot, but Mavropanos does really well to stop that shot because it could have been a problem, but it's very well defended. We actually have a chance maybe to try and go again here. Archie Gray going to try and find Ilias, does so. Finds Seller. Seller tries to take it past Zuma, and again, Zuma's got his number. Paredes inside. Ilias Chair going to try and shoot from the edge of the box. It was ambitious, but no one's really come out to him to try and win that ball off of him there. It's going to drop to Dembele. Dembele finds Seller. Seller on his left. Seller with the strike. And again, Kurt Zuma in the way. I have to say, so far, I think he has been the man of the match. He's been phenomenal. I've made 2 changes here. Seller and Twanzebe off for Domina and Gardner. Domina himself a little bit tired, but with how clinical he has been, I think it would be daft of me to not bring him on for 30 minutes and see if he can just bring us into this a little bit here. Sato with the corner here. He's going to find Gray in the middle. Oh, Gray almost sort of won that. They do get it clear. I'm not sure why Gray's the target, man. I have gone through and sorted out who plays where and who the target is. Maybe it's... I don't know why that is. That's really odd. The ball's going to drop here. Yes, Chair on his left. A good strike. But it has to be said, a good save there from Areola. He's not been tested too many times today, but when he has been tested, he has been equal to the chances. Madsen there wins the header. Going to find Dembele. Takes it past one. Up against Mavropanos. Plays the strike. It's just the wrong side of the post. It's some really lovely play, cutting inside, takes it past one, drags both defenders over, gets the strike past him, but also just wide of the post. It's unfortunate. Dembele's felt good since coming on though, which is a good sign. Last change for us here, and it's Paredes off and it's Everton Santos on. So Everton Santos goes to right back. Archie Gray going to go into the middle of the park now. So although, like I said, he is our starting right back, it's just good versatility having that option where I only had one substitution left. I had a tired CDM and I did have a relatively tired pair of fullbacks as well in Thomas and Gray, but I'm hoping Santos to come in at right back can maybe just add a little bit of solidity at the back. He was offside, but Rushworth wasn't to know there. Good save from the keeper. They're going to make a change there. That looked like it was Earth coming off, but I don't know if it was actually Earth. We'll find out in a second. But we've got work to do here. We're looking better in the second half. It was Potts. It wasn't even close. But yeah, we're looking better in the second half, but we need to find this goal. Madsen, lovely ball inside to Chair. We see Domina running through. Domina, good first touch, good second touch, and the third finds the back of the net. This man right here, this kid, he's a kid. Geronimo Domina is going to be a huge player for us. I can just see it. Massive goal to get us back level pegging here against West Ham. Really, really lovely finish to just get it past Areola, who again has been really, really good. But Kurt Zouma had been a real rock at the back. Him and Mavropanos together had been really, really solid. And we finally broke through the Great Wall of West Ham. My word, I'm struggling today. There's still 6 minutes to go. This game is certainly not over, and I'd like to think at the moment momentum is very much on our side, but let's see how this pans out. Kudos, lovely ball there to Paqueta. Really good tackle at the back there from young Gardner. Had to do a good job, and he did it. And this is a chance here over the top. Can we find Domina again? Soufal does really, really well to get back there, but actually, Domina's going to get there first. Good lad. Go on, mate. Turn your man. Lovely turn. Inside to Chair. Lovely pass as well. Ilias, where's he going with it? Ilias, edge of the box with the finesse. Good save there from Areola. Didn't really have too many options on. Dembele was well marked, as was Domina. Ref, you cannot blow the whistle there. I simply cannot believe what I have just seen. The ref can't blow the whistle there, surely. He's one-on-one. Chair, or Domina, whoever it was, is about to burst into the box as well. I cannot believe the ref has blown the whistle there. I feel like we have been absolutely robbed. And that's absolutely crazy. I feel like we should and or could have got 3 points from that, and are going to have to now deal with just getting one after feeling like we salvaged a point. I feel like 3 have been snatched away from us. Well, that was honestly, although a massive point to win, and I think every point will be really, really important in this save, it's really gutting to not get all 3 there. Right at the death of it, to feel like we've been robbed of it is unfortunate. But we're on deadline day. I'm going to start by looking at the development plans, though, because we do have 2 players who have now developed into new roles they can play. Wide midfielder here for Madsen. As I said, this isn't really something I'm overly fussed for him. I'm going to get rid of the playmaker at Cam because I don't really ever play him there, so I'm going to get rid of that. But the role for wide half is purely there to just get the skill moves to 3 would be quite nice, but just to boost those stats where we need it, get the pace up, get that stamina up as well, and the dribbling just a little bit. And then the next thing that we'll probably train him in will probably end up being, I'm not too sure, actually. We'll work it out after that, because wide midfielder, then the thing I'd kind of like to have him on is centre half to get all of the defensive stuff out, but he's kind of already maxed at that, which is unfortunate. So we'll probably just whack him on balance and just hope that his pace goes up a little bit as well. But the other player who has got a new plus is Ilias Chair, or a new plus, I should say. So I'm going to get rid of half winger, because again, I don't like the play role of half winger, but I want playmaker. That's what he's going to be on as well. And it will, again, just get a couple of stats up, get the long shots up just a little bit. Sadly, I don't understand it. EA kind of cap his potential really early doors, and it's really frustrating because I don't see why they do. It's a frustrating one for me. Then I'm going to train him on that classic 10 because, again, I really like that playstyle plus. It's a really good plus to get. If you haven't tried it yet, the new 10 classic 10. It's a good play style. Outside of that, that's the play styles done. I've got a couple of unread emails, so I'll just check these while you guys are here. This is just development stuff, and then Smith and Weah on internationals. But of course, we have got the big deals and stuff as well. So I will show you guys at the end the biggest deals of the window. And this does include, I think, all the deals, not just the deals from deadline day. But you can see, obviously, Declan Rice to Atletico Madrid for nearly £100 million. Xavi Simons to Bayern. Jonathan Tah to Real Madrid. 3 deals, all worth just shy of £100 million. Some still pretty huge deals going through, though. Gabriel to Bayer Leverkusen. Kai Havertz off to Borussia Dortmund. Some big deals going off to teams in Germany there. But Gabriel obviously coming in to replace Tah. So Arsenal losing Havertz, Gabriel and Declan Rice. Interesting fact, they did just win 5-1 in their most recent game. So it's not like they're looking particularly weak for it. But 3 starting players. No signs as of yet of those players being replaced, but time will tell. There could be some further down the list. But Simon off to City. Gyökeres got his move. He's gone to RB Leipzig. That is huge. That is absolutely massive. And then they sold Šeško to say, sorry, mate, but Gyökeres is here now. Mendes as well. Wow, there's some big dealings going on in Atletico Madrid. They're going to be looking like a bit of a force to be reckoned with. Same to be said for Bayer Leverkusen. Alisson to Aston Villa. That's an interesting one. Nunes to Palace. This is crazy. There are some mad deals going on here. Tsiganyakov off to Bayer Leverkusen as well. Pretty mental. Mate, Leverkusen and Atletico Madrid save some signings for the others here. And Nasha, by the way, to Evans is a great pickup, as is David to Brentford. That's a phenomenal signing. But yeah, some real cool, interesting deals here. Edison off to PSG. That makes sense of the Unai Simon one there. Yeah, some really cool signings here. Oh my God, they finally sold someone. Griezmann has gone to Tottenham. Not great news for me because I've got to play him, but let's skim through. I doubt any deals will come through for my guys. Again, I think it's just really Cook and maybe Amati that is listed. I will check in here though, because as you can see, I didn't get an email to tell me, but I have had a player with an offer here. And it's Kenneth Powell, who, although that's a pretty good deal, and Brest have done us a big old favour by letting us get Dembele on a pretty cheap deal in real life, not necessarily in this save, sadly. But yeah, we won't be looking to sell Kenneth Powell. I'm going to check every other hour for any deals that come through for our players, just to see if anything happens. Doak, potentially off to Napoli. That's a really good deal. Good little player, that Doak, by the way. Really solid. We have had a loan offer here for Ibrahim Morris. I'm actually going to say no to that. I'm actually going to say no. I don't want to get rid of many more of our squad because injuries, a couple of players now getting injured from here, and we're starting to look a little bit thin on the grounds. So yeah, I'm gonna probably now say no to anyone apart from players we have transfer listed, just because it kind of makes sense to say yes to players that we're actually actively trying to get rid of. No new deals coming in through. 5 hours to go, and then we'll have a little look and see what the biggest deals of the window were at the end of it. I still can't believe Rice, nearly 100 million. I mean, obviously, financially, I probably would have said he'd go for more than 100 million, but just the fact that they let him go seems mental to me. Yeah, I don't think we're getting any more deals in, which again, it is what it is. It is a shame that Cook is kind of just going to be sat there. Would have much preferred for him to actually go and play somewhere, actually get some minutes in the last season before he looks to retire, but is what it is. Sadly, got to leave my head, not my heart here. I made that decision. But we're going to have a look and see the biggest deals of the window. It does look like there were no other big hitters to sort of knock the big ones off the top there. I did see, and there it is, Heung-min Son offered to Juventus for 56.5 million. That's a big old deal that's also gone through there. But it doesn't look like any of the big deals happened on deadline day. By the looks of things, that was the big deadline day deal. Højlund off, by the way. Mendy off to Chelsea. But yeah, that looks like it was the biggest deal of the window. One signing in to replace some of the many signings gone. Sabitzer in at Arsenal, but man, that Arsenal side has been a little bit weakened there. You can see a few Prem to Prem moves there. So, you know, the likes of Bowen off to United, Konsa off to Brentford, Robertson off to Arsenal as well. Very interesting. A lot of moves that you simply wouldn't see in real life. But yeah, I love a good, interesting career mode transfer as we finish the deadline day for the first transfer window of the season. The August window slams shut. That is it. On to the next game. Do just want to show you very quickly. Saw this pop up. 2 players in the team of the week here. You can see that Clark Salter and Demina both made it into the team of the week. I'm very surprised there was no Kurt Zuma. Like I say, for me, he was man of the match. I did actually check it, and I didn't say it, and I forgot. Clark Salter did actually win man of the match, which was very interesting. And talking of Clark Salter, plus role for him on stopper, which is great. Really, really good playstyle. One of my go-to. I like defender and I like stopper. I like both. In this save, it makes more sense for me to put in stopper on Clark Salter because his pace is a little bit slow with 64, but get that acceleration up to nearly match the sprint speed and I'll be a happy boy. And then I think afterwards we'll then kind of just whack him in whatever makes sense. But realistically, I need the pace split to be a little bit nearer. Elijah Dixon-Bonner is now also converted to a CDM, so he is now able to play that role. And again, just get some defensive stats and stuff up, I think is sort of the vibe of the day here. I think I'm going to go for centre-half, get the stamina up a little bit, although he doesn't play all that often. So actually, I'm going to put him in holding midfielder. It's probably my go-to for how I'd have him play. And then I think after that, we'd maybe look at centre-half just to kind of boost the stamina a little bit. We'll go with that for now, though. Here we are for our starting 11 against Man United. 2 changes from the previous game. Madsen came on and really impressed me in that last game, so I'm going to start him and just see how he feels from the get-go for me here. Field is also always very, very good, but Madsen just, I don't know, it just felt like he really made a difference, and I think in this game, it might be helpful for me to try and dominate the possession early on, and then look to shore things up in the second half. So bringing on like a Field and Varane might maybe work out better. And I think I'd be quite ignorant if I didn't sort of pay attention to how well Demina's doing for us and, you know, scoring like 4 in his last 3 games or 2 games or whatever, one of which obviously off the bench. I think I'd be daft to not go, you know what, mate, go and have a go, fella. Go and have a pop, see what you do. It makes sense. So I'm going to give him a start in a pretty big game against United. Obviously, we're only, 3 games in. They are unbeaten. Only a point ahead of us, though. So they've had a win and 2 draws instead of a win, draw, and a loss, which is what we are currently on. But yeah, there we go. 5 goals in his last 3 games. I think I'd be crazy to not give him a go. It's sort of like the John Duran effect at Villa. Like, Duran was getting the goals off the bench, coming on and doing well. How long do you leave that until you go, you know what, mate, you should be starting? So that's what we're doing today with Demina. It's QPR against Manchester United. Coming you ours. Madsen out wide here to Weah. Weah now. Going to cut inside. Look at that run from Chair. I found it. Weah didn't, but he does get a second chance to find it, which he does do. Madsen back to Chair. Chair now. Going to try and play this into Demina. Oh, it's a good bit of defensive work there from, I'm not sure. Is that Harry Maguire? Maybe. Yes, Chair on the ball. Going to play it through to Demina here. Demina with 2 to take it past. Does well to play it out wide here. Weah back to Demina. Demina on his left peg. Oh, it's just wide of the post. De Ligt tries to get in the way of it. And it's, by the way, it's not Harry Maguire. It's Silva. Not sure which Silva, but it's a Silva. Also, Ten Hag is still at the helm here. And they've got Vitek in goal. Am I crazy for not knowing who Vitek is? Amad Diallo trying to burst away here. Jake Clark-Salter does really, really well to get back there and try and cause some problems. But Bruno Fernandes is going to pick this ball up. Thomas and Clark-Salter trying to stop Bruno Fernandes. They find Diallo at the edge of the box. Well stepped in there from Thomas. A little bit out of position at the start, which is kind of how that attack really grew. And that's really bad from me there with Madsen. I was too busy looking at where to pass it, not where he was running. Good block in the middle there as well from the boys at the back. But yeah, it's... I forgot my tangent. Thomas, yes, he was out of position, but did really well after being out of position-wise, to come back into the middle and make up for it. Chance again, Diallo out on our left-hand side. Really good work again, Thomas. Doing really well out there with some tough opposition. You know, Bruno Fernandes is sort of drifting out there. Amad Diallo's a quick customer. It's going to be a tough day for him, and so far he's doing all right. Madsen, good win of the ball there. Finds Demina, and he's going to look out wide and find Sato. Sato does get there ahead of his man, Koki Sato. Edge of the box. Finds Ilias, has a pop. Straight at whoever Vitek is. Sato out wide to find Thomas overlapping him. He's got Dallo in front of him, and Thomas does well. Ooh, Dallo keeps on the pitch there, but Thomas wins it back. Luke Thomas, Ilias Chair with his head and his hands in the box instead of paying attention. And I wanted to play it to him there, but he was, standing there like this instead of looking at where the ball was. But It's unfortunate that we go in at 0-0. It's been a bit of a nothingy half, not really much in the way of either team creating too much. As you can see, nothing there from Bruno Fernandes, literally 0 on every single stat. I'm going to have a quick look and just see if I recognise Vitek by his face, because I don't recognise his name. Never heard of him, but he's 65 rated. Boys, we need to make the most of that. It's Antonio Silva from the Portuguese league. I think he's at Sporting in real life. But yeah, this is a really odd team here. Obviously, they've got Prati in there. They've got Sancho starting. Crazy for them. And then Xerxes. I couldn't even told you who their striker was because he's not done anything as far as I remember. But Xerxes in there. I think for now, same again. I don't think I'm going to change anything at the halftime break. We've got a week between this game and the next, so we have got plenty of time for our guys to sort of get the energy and stuff back if we need to play these guys for a bit of a prolonged period of time. But just want our foot on the ball a little bit. This is sort of the opposite of how we started against West Ham. I would say that United are a bit more of a possession-based team in history. Maybe not so much at the moment, but poor pass there from Archie Gray. Yeah, we need to just cement ourselves in this game a little bit. We're playing like the away side, not the home side currently. Archie Gray got work to do here with the overlap there from Luke Shaw. Going to play it to the edge of the box to Bruno. Great tackle there in the back line from Tuanzebe, the former United man. Let's not forget that. But a chance here to run through. Paredes being slowed down, but does well enough to keep hold of it. Paredes, can he take it past Silva? No, he can't. Legs wouldn't take him quite that far. United coming forward again here. Sancho on the ball. Archie Gray having to get back to cover and sort of just try and stop that ball coming in now. Fernandes was offside. We are okay. With 65 minutes on the clock, we have made our first changes as well. Demina, Weah and Madsen all making way for Sella, Dembele and Varane. All pretty like changes. I decided for Varane over Field just to keep the creativity, I guess, in the team a little bit. I'm also going to set us to attacking here to see if we can maybe just have a little bit more forward intent, maybe, is the vibe. Gray here with the ball. We see the overlap there from Dembele, and we're going to find it. Really nice stuff there. Good turn as well. Luke Shaw does get a toe in it, though, sadly, and we don't have Chair react quicker than the defender or Dembele able to get there before the defender did, which is unfortunate. Good win there in the middle of the park there for Paredes. Paredes, lovely ball out wide to find Dembele with space here as Shaw had started to push up, but Kobe is going to come back to try and cover. Zancella brings it inside. Silva steps off and Sella finds the back of the net. 85 minutes in. He didn't start today because of the very informed demeanour, but he comes on, and this man, time and time again in this save, has absolutely picked us out of holes, picked us out of problems, and he's doing the exact same today. Zancella makes it 1-0 to QPR in the dying embers of this game. Only a few minutes on the clock, about 5 or so to go. 85 minutes gone, and it was looking a little bit ropey, but it looks like that O has got to go for Man United, their first loss of the season inbound, if we can see this one through. So we're going to make a couple of changes here. Thomas is going to make way. He's had a hell of a game and he's been very busy. Bring on Kenneth Powell. Also going to bring on Gardner at the back. And you know what? I'm going to take Paredes off. You know what? Paredes can play the last couple of minutes. But yeah, really, really good stuff there for Sella. 86th minute, and he finds the back of the net. Really happy for him because he's always been just so solid for us in this save. So I'm chuffed to see him getting those goals. But 4 minutes to go. I'll let you guys stay with me here as we try and see this one out. Going to take us from attacking to defending. Yes, it maybe invites a little bit of pressure, but it means that on the ball, we're not going to sort of silly overload their side of the field or anything. We'll just keep the boys back a little bit. Just make sure that we don't do anything daft here, as Dembele is going to just use those fresh legs to just chase the ball. And there it is, boys. Huge 3 points on the board for us. A massive, massive result. Some would say Ten Hag out, and those people would be living in this career mode, not in real life. Huge result. Really happy for that man with the number 18, who yet again I forgot to give the number 9. I'm going to do that now. That's a huge, huge result there against Man United. I'm genuinely over the moon with that. I think it's a really, really solid pickup for us. And I've said it, and I'm doing it. Zancella, mate, let me change your kit number. Let me make him the number 9, which I said I would do, and I forgot. So Zancella, the number 9 shirt, my friend, is all yours. Having a quick look here at some of the lads out on loan. I don't remember how you tell if these players have gone up at all in ratings. I forget if it tells you now that they've gone up. But like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Coley wasn't that higher rated. So I feel like Coley's gone up because I don't think he was 66, was he? Is there a way I can check? That's really annoying. I'll probably just have to go back to the start of the series or the season and have a look. But yeah, hopefully they're doing well. That's all I can hope for. Just before we head into our next game, just want to show you that yet again, 2 QPR players in the team of the week. Also worth noting, 5 Luton players in the team of the week. I believe they were second from bottom before that last game. So massive turn up for them. But yeah, we have had Tuanzebe and Dembele. So 2 new faces to the Premier League team of the week for QPR. It's good signs. And he came in at half time and got the man of the match award. So Dembele clearly played a blinder. And for that great performance, he finds his way into the starting 11, starting on the right-hand side over Weah, Field back in and Seller back in as well. Away against Southampton. Not going to be an easy one. I am going to very quickly change the kits, though, because although it's not a crazy kit clash, I think it's close enough that I'd rather not play in the blue and white. So I'll play in the away black kit, which I actually got for Christmas. Happy Christmas to you all. Kind of forgot to mention that. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Let me know in the comments what you got for Crimbo. Hope you had a lovely time. Or and if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a lovely festive period. But let's get into this one. Let's see if we can ruin... It's not quite a festive period for them in this, but let's see if we can ruin their festive period for Southampton with Will Smallbone, who's got 3 in 3, having a really good start to life here this season for Southampton. And let's see if we can maybe just upset the apple cart a little bit here, rock the boat, and come away with 3 more points. Come on, you ours. Elias Chair on the ball. Lovely turn of pace there away from the Southampton player. And a lovely ball through as well. Zanceller, if he can get there, which he does, has a chance to start the game phenomenally. And boy, does he. That is a finish, boys. What a strike that is from Zanceller. That goal is a thing of beauty. The ball through from Chair was gorgeous. And to shoot and score from there is absolutely mental, boys. What a strike. That ball is just perfectly weighted. Gave Seller plenty to do, though. Kept him quite wide there. But Ramsdale, nothing he can do against that. Really lovely finish from Zan. And just like that, a goal in back-to-back games and 1-0 to QPR. Back-to-back win sounds pretty good. Let's see if we can do that. Smallbone out wide here. Lovely ball inside. Finds Armstrong. Armstrong with 2 players in front of him. Tuanzebe and Clark sort of combined. I think it came off of Tuanzebe, but either way, it finds its way behind. And it is a corner. That might have been Clark Torts, but either way, one of them stopped it. I don't really care who it was. But Downs plays it short to Armstrong, who gets it in himself here. Good header towards a goal, but Harwood Bellis' effort does go high wide and not particularly handsome. Dembele takes it past one, cuts inside here. Look at that run, by the way, from Archie Gray. We're going to try and find him, and we do there. Archie Gray, bring that down. Lovely touch. Brings it down well. Oh, the second touch absolutely stank. Great tackle there from Elias Chair. Nice and high up the pitch as well. Takes it past one. Takes it past a second. Another ball through here to Zanceller. Lovely ball roll. Stevens does really well. I won't lie to you. I thought I had the beating of him there, and I could absolutely smell a second goal. Smallbone with the ball out wide here. Thomas doesn't quite get to him. Rushworth, I need you to come to that. That could have been a problem. It didn't like he was coming to it, and I thought Armstrong there was just going to beat him to it. Sato over the top here. Seller. Has he got the beating of Harwood Bellis? He does. Pulls it onto his right. Has the go. Ramsdale's arms do not exist, boys. Ramsdale. Oh, Seller. That's the post, mate. What is he doing there? His arms just don't appear. And Zanceller gets his brace, doubles his goals for the day and the goals for QPR as we just rock into a 2-goal lead from the other end, where obviously a good chance for them and almost a problem for Rushworth. But look at that. That's so near to him. I love Ramsdale, but boy, is he having an absolute mare here. It's 2-0 and Southampton are not going to be happy about that one. Dembele. Again, taking it past a few. Does lose out there. Good tackle in the end. But, yeah, Dembele's feeling good. He's feeling ready for this league. It's such a shame his stamina's a bit lower. And we can't play him every single game, or he gets tired for lots of games. But I'm still happy with the signing of Weah. Obviously, a quality player coming in and good competition in that position as well. But I have to say, on the appearances for both players so far this season, Dembele just feels another level. Feels really, really good. Really enjoy using them. But second half, obviously, more of the same, in all honesty. I'm really happy with how we're performing. Overall, I don't really think there's much in the way of problems or anything that really needs to improve. What I'm probably going to do, just for the sake of a little bit of rotation, he's not played for a bit. We'll bring on Paul Smith, play him on that left-hand side. I think Varane and Madsen might make it on in the second half. Otherwise, I think for now, we're just doing pretty good. Just keep the players fit, keep them happy. Just don't let this lead go. 2-0, more of the same. Ball here to Chair. Early doors. We saw how dodgy Ramsdale was in the first half, and there's not a great showing in the second. That's straight at him, and he's not dealt with it overly well. Ball inside here. Got to be careful not to give anything silly away. Good pass there. Overall, Southampton are passing the ball around quite nicely, it has to be said. I think it's just sort of they get to this position here, and it's like they run out of ideas a little bit like that there. Twansby steps in really, really well. It's sort of, you know how we were attacking against West Ham? It's that sort of vibe. I say that as they come forward, though. Twansby stepping out really, really far. Really pulled him out of position. Well done to, I think it was Paredes for sort of covering the position and allowing him to get back. But Smallbone just walking through our box here, just like he owns the place. Chair, lovely bit of work in the midfield there to take it past one. Going to look out wide here and find Dembele. Dembele, not quite the first time cross I asked for, but the second time cross, Salah doesn't quite get onto it. Good work there from Ramsdale to come out and beat him to it, because that could have very easily been 3. Southampton through here. Really good play in the middle of the park, but I have to say, again, against that final third, and Twansby yet again, an absolute... Oh, I've given that ball away. That's really dodgy from me there. Oh, giving it away. Well done, Rushworth. Needed to be well alert there, and he was. Apart from that dodgy pass from me, Twansby has been phenomenal, but good play in the end there, coming back. But we do make some changes here. Dembele, Paredes, Field and Thomas all make way for Varane, Ware, Madsen and for Kenneth Powell. 4 like-for-like changes with just fresh legs that I made in like the 65th, 70th minute. But I've only just come on because the ball simply hadn't left the pitch. So let's just try and get this one away. Well done, Paredes. He's so good in the air in this. He really is. He's like a man mountain. He's massive in this, and he does so well in the air so often. Way unfortunate there. Brought the ball away really well, but didn't quite get the ball through to Ilias as they play it through the middle here again, Southampton. Or maybe a bit of a dodgy effort there from me with Twansby, but Smallbone just, he plays really nicely. He's got the ball and he dribbles with it and keeps it really well. They get the ball out wide here to Blanco, but Gray does really well. Does go off for a corner, even though there's 4 added minutes gone out of the 1, but I couldn't have that little tackle in the corner. Interesting how it works out, isn't it? Ball does come in, though. Look who's there. What did I say? Madsen. Absolute massive giant at the back. Well done there. Ilias Chair brings it away, and we do come away with another 3 points. An unbeaten episode today. 2 wins and a draw. Really happy with that result. And I have to say, the boys have earned it today. I think they've played really well. Is that Guedes? That's a great signing. I think they played really well. The game against United, we had to stick it out a little bit against a little bit of pressure. West Ham, we did the same thing and then really built into the game. This game, we started strong and defended really well. Rushworth only really with the one thing to do. And overall, I think we deserve the 3 points. Okay, we're not getting ahead of ourselves here, but I'll put it this way. We're doing pretty well in the league. We come up against Tottenham for the next episode in the Cup. But in the league, we are looking pretty gosh darn good. Salah, by the way, picking up man of the match, as he should, for that performance against Southampton. Played an absolute blinder. But that is where we're going to round up today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, then please leave a like on the video. Supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. Make sure you check out the links down below to our sponsors and, of course, to our other socials. They're all down there. Feel free to click on them and go and check them out. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you very soon. Look after yourselves. And, of course, wash your hands. Take care.